All right, brothers and sisters, this is Brother Eli L coming at you from Baltimore, Maryland. Um, I have to address the issue of black ignorance when it pertaining to voting, understanding political parties, and a few other issues. Okay, black people seem to have a very closed mind and very little understanding of partisanship. Okay, by partisanship, you mean it means the political parties. Okay, black people seem to think that there's only bipartisanship. Okay, that there only exists Republicans or Democrats. Okay, um, few black people actually know that Republicans have passed more legislation in favor of helping black people than Democrats have, and it's the historical record. Okay, Lincoln was a goddamn Republican. For those who don't know, okay, Democrats had no intentions or did not fight in no way, shape, or form. Didn't even come up with the concept or the idea, didn't introduce it at all to free niggas. Okay, it was a Republican idea, and it was Republicans who pushed the legislation, who wrote up the legislation, introduced the legislation, passed the legislation, and made it law, made it the law of the land. Okay, but that's not the. I'm not saying this in defense of Republicans. I don't give a fuck about Republicans or Democrats, but I'm simply stating historical facts, because you need information. Okay, and you should not be voting based on partisanship. Okay, I hear people say, well, I don't care what happens, I'm still gonna vote Democrat. Okay, if you ask 90% of black people why are you a Democrat, they can't tell you. They can't tell you. They can't give you no answer outside of I don't know, or because my parents were, or some dumb shit. They'll tell you something stupid. You know, because black people vote Democrat. You know, it'll be some dumbass answer. Okay, they cannot give you no sound fucking basis for voting Democrat. Okay, so for instance, Satan can fucking you'll vote for Satan. You'll vote for goddamn Hillary Clinton as long as she carries the title Democrat. You understand what I'm saying? Hillary fucking Clinton. Okay. Everybody is falling for basic dialectics. Okay. I've explained in 2 videos the principle and the concept of dialectics. Okay. The most famous dialectic thought is by Hegel. Okay, it's known as Hegelianism or Hegelian dialectics. Okay, but dialectics, the term dialectics, the concept of dialectics, the idea of dialectics is bringing about 2 opposing or oppositions. Okay, to bring about a desired hidden agenda or effect. Okay. So, for instance, I told you before, first of all, for the record, for those who are new to my videos, for those who never seen my videos before, okay, Hillary Clinton is the next president, okay? And although you see me making these posts, this, that, and the other, know for surety, Hillary is the next president, okay? I'm not going to get into it. If you want to understand how and why she is the next president, all right, watch my other videos, okay? One is called Election 2016, okay? In which I go into detail how in 2007 Bilderberg Group chose Hillary Clinton as the 2016 president of the United States. Okay, basically, okay, black people, they will vote based on partisanship and not based on any kind of understanding of a candidate's position on goddamn policy. Okay, they do not know how to investigate policy. They do not know how to interview a candidate if they stood before one to ask the questions on what policy do they stand for and do they believe in, nor do they have the understanding of asking the questions to promote their objective agenda and policies to the candidate to see how will they answer, okay, when questioned about their particular interests or concerns or agenda or objectives or policy. Okay, I told you before in other videos how black people vote. Black people pick candidates like they picking a goddamn winner of a fight or a football game. I like Mayweather, or you know what I mean. That's how black people vote. Okay, they do not understand the art of voting. Okay, for one, they don't understand that money is involved. The reason why candidates always fuck over black people is because all black people give a candidate is the vote. Okay? That's all they give them. And candidates know that it's not votes that get it's not votes that make them winners in these elections, okay? It's based on goddamn popularity, influence, their ability to play the game, who groomed them, who is their handlers, okay, who vouch for these individuals, okay, past performance, okay, as far as carrying out goddamn specific instructions, okay, to the letter, all right? The ability to follow directions when given them, okay? It's based on things like secrecy and silence. Can they keep their motherfucking mouth shut? You know what I mean? These things carry more goddamn influence on whether a candidate is a winner in a particular election, whether that candidate be mayor or goddamn city council, Congress, Senate, House of Representatives, whatever the fuck, General Assembly, president, vice president, whatever the fuck it is. All right. Actual voting by way of the public, all right, is just a goddamn charade. All right. It's nothing but it's nothing but the illusion, going through the motions to carry the illusion of a fair society. All right. It's just a ritual, a ceremony. All right. It's nothing more than that. A symbolic rite. Okay. That's carried out just to carry the illusion that you live in a free democratic society and that the people actually have a choice and that the people actually tell politicians what to do and that politicians work for the people. Okay. It's all an illusion. All right. When in all actuality, you live in what's called a monarchy or a fascist society, in which you have a ruling class or a ruling class group or individual, okay, such as a king, a despot, a ruler, a dictator, okay, or you have a ruling class, such as the elite class, okay, or such as, for instance, in our sense, you have people such as like the Congress or the House of Representatives who supposedly are there to create the illusion again of checks and balances. Okay, so that even though you have a ruling individual such as a president, okay, who only serves a 4-year term, okay, and it can only be reelected twice, okay, he cannot do certain things, all right? He can't go and do but so many things, okay, without the approval of the Congress, okay? These things are to give the illusion of checks and balances and to prevent dictatorship, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. But the power and the real influence does not happen on stage. It happens behind the curtain. Okay, behind the curtain is where the real goddamn power lies. All right, and if you read and study things like the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, you'll see that they have no interest, they have no desire whatsoever to hold these positions, such as president, Congress, House of Representatives. All right, it's he who pays. It is he who pays the fiddler who calls the tune. Okay, so they much rather control these individuals than to be the individual being controlled. All right, all right. So, so first of all, you need to understand this. You don't pick presidents, okay? You don't pick any kind of politician, you buy them. So here's how you vote, okay? Say for instance, I am the gay. See, all right, first, before I touch that, I want to let you know this. There are approximately 15 million eligible black voters, okay? 15 million, okay? That's a high number, all right? That's a very high number, okay? But when you have, but when you have 15 million voters that don't know how to vote, it's just like having fucking a million, okay? It's no different than having a million because 14 million of the motherfuckers do not even understand what the fuck they're doing and how to get something for their quote unquote vote, all right? And how you get something for your vote is you must put some goddamn finances behind the goddamn vote. Here's how the gay lobby, or these are called special interest groups. The gay lobby, okay, who only make up perhaps I go so far as to say perhaps half, 7 million strong eligible votes, okay, coming out of the gay lobby, okay. You may have let's say 13 million Hispanics coming out the Hispanic group, okay. You may have, let's say, 9 million Jew voters, all right, coming out of the Jew lobby, okay. But these people, although they fall short in number compared to black eligible voters, they carry more power and influence amongst politicians, okay, than 15 million eligible black voters. And the reason is this, okay? Blacks do not understand the art of voting, okay? Here's how the gay lobby, the Jews, okay, the Hispanics, all right, and special interest groups such as the National Rifle Association, who may consist of, let's say, 10 million members, okay? 10 million members. Again, they fall short of 15 million eligible black voters, but yet they carry more power and influence, and the politician will stop in their fucking tracks and listen to what the fuck they have to say. Not only listen to it, but seriously ponder and consider any kind of goddamn request that these special interest groups and lobbies may present before them, because they have power behind their votes by use of goddamn money, okay? So here's how they do it, okay? I'm the NRA, all right? And you're a candidate that's running for office, all right? I will call you, the candidate, and I will invite you to come speak, all right, at a National Rifle Association meeting, gathering, all right. I will also invite on different days, okay, the Republican candidates, okay, the top Republican candidates. I will invite the top Democratic candidates. I will invite the top Green Party candidates. I will invite the top independent candidates, okay. I will invite moderates. I will invite progressives, okay. Oh, by the way, there are more goddamn choices and options than just Republican and Democrat for you goddamn bipartisan only black Negroes out there who didn't know that, okay? There are such things as independents. There are other political parties like the Green Party, okay? So you do have other options. Just because these individuals aren't receiving media, round the clock media exposure, and their goddamn sound bites aren't in heavy rotation in the media, okay? They are out there and they do exist, okay? And you have a better chance, all right, at getting these politicians to get something carried out on your behalf, all right, as far as your agenda, your objectives, your special interests, okay, being black people's special interests, what our concerns and needs are, okay. And this is why none of our concerns and needs and special interests ever get met. And as far as agendas, we have none, so I ain't even going to mention that word agenda. Okay. All right. So I'm the NRA and I call you and I invite you. Okay. And let's say you represent the Republicans. Okay. All right. So then and when you're there, okay, you will give a speech, you will give a certain oration or whatever. Okay. And usually that speech is going to be along the lines of catering, and you'll try to appeal to the National Rifle Association. You'll try to appeal to us and try to pretty much sell yourself to us, because you recognize that not only are we 10 million votes you're going to get from us, if you can convince us that you're the one, you will also receive money, and lots of it, okay? Because we understand that written checks must also come in conjunction with the votes, all right? Boom. So now, after we heard your little sales pitch to us, okay, we'll then hit you with the hard questions based on what our special interests are, what our concerns are, what are our future plans in forms of legislations, bills. What is it we need from you, okay, to possibly do as far as introducing bills, drawing up certain legislation? If we have legislation drawn up, will you support it by way of the vote? Okay? Will you push the idea amongst your constituents on the goddamn Capitol, on the House of Representatives, in the Senate? Okay? See, so we don't only just need you to vote a certain type of way, we need you to also push our goddamn agenda amongst your constituents. Okay? This is all you get for your goddamn vote and your money when you do it right. When you understand how to ask for, okay, and pay for and buy influence, okay, and candidates and politicians, okay? This is how you do the shit. This is how the game is played, okay, black people? You don't pick motherfuckers based on partisanship. I don't give a fuck if he's a Green Party. I don't give a fuck if he's a Republican or a Democrat. I want to know, motherfucker, will you support us, and by way of voting the way we want you to vote on the goddamn, in the House or in the goddamn Senate? Okay, and will you push our goddamn agenda amongst the constituents on the goddamn, in the Senate and amongst in the House? Okay, this is what we need you to do. All right, so we'll ask you questions like this: are you willing to support any future black legislation in favor of let's say, exempting individuals who can prove themselves to be slave descendants from paying taxes for a 10-year period? Okay, let's say some shit like that. All right, and you know, that's some shit that a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna jump on board with. But if he knows he's gonna get goddamn 10 million votes, I'm the NRA. Well, no, that's a bad choice, because I'm not pushing a black agenda. I'm the NRA. So let me rephrase the goddamn objective and agenda to you. Okay, you're the politician. All right. So let's say this. Okay, are you willing to support, let's say, lifting bans on certain fully automatic assault rifles? Okay. Are you in favor of lifting certain bans? Okay. Are you in favor of blocking any legislation that may come across the Senate or the House of Representatives, okay, that may try to ban certain semi-automatic weapons and fully automatic weapons, and definitely ban any goddamn handguns, okay, across the board, okay, or limit the amount of ammunition that can be bought? Okay, they may come up with some shit in which you have a goddamn 2-box limit per month or some shit like that. You know, we need to know, are you willing to support, okay, the blocking of any kind of legislation that may come across the goddamn floor in the form of a bill, legislation, vote, or any kind of shit like that? Will you stand up and block any of that shit in exchange for our votes and our dollars? In exchange for our votes and our dollars. All right, you don't pick politicians, you buy them. You don't vote for politicians, you buy them. Okay, you must understand this shit. And this is the goddamn proposal that I pushed to y'all in my goddamn video. How to vote. What was it called? It was called the Black Voting Alliance. Okay, a concept that I came up with, in which you have 15 million eligible black voters, and if we could just get 1/15 of that goddamn 15 million. If we can get 1 million of so-called conscious black black individuals out there for us to vote as a whole, not based on partisanship, not based on Democrat or Republican or Independent or Green Party or moderate or progressive, okay? But simply based on, are you willing to back our goddamn objectives, special interests, and agenda when we fucking propose it to you in exchange for our votes and our dollars? And if we had 1 million goddamn individuals within the Black Voting Alliance and we all put up $1 goddamn dollar, right? That's $1 million. And most candidate contributions to candidates come in the form of like $10,000, some as low as $5,000, some as high as goddamn $150,000. But with $1 million, you can get you 10 goddamn good goddamn politicians. You can get 5 goddamn motherfuckers in the Senate, 5 goddamn motherfuckers in the House of Representatives. You understand what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? That's some goddamn power. So you have goddamn 5 motherfuckers in the Senate, 5 motherfuckers in the House of Representatives that are not only going to vote the way you want them to vote when certain bills and legislations come their way, but they're also going to be out there campaigning and pushing your goddamn agenda and your goddamn program and special interests amongst their goddamn constituents in the Senate and in the House of Representatives. All right, this is how you vote, black people. Hillary Clinton, I told you before, this is basic dialectics, okay? Donald Trump has no intentions on being president. I told you motherfuckers that, okay? This is nothing but dialectics. He is there to do one thing, to say the most over-the-top shit, okay? To be the front man on this goddamn thing, the color man, meaning he's to say the flavorful, colored shit. And I don't mean colored in form of race. He's to say the most vivid shit out his mouth, okay, to keep you fucking locked and focus on him, okay? It's basic misdirection. Don't look over here at Hillary and her baggage. Don't listen to what the fuck Elihu Ill is telling you about her being a cocaine trafficker, about her sending more goddamn blacks to prison between a 10-year period than has been sent to prison over a 30-year period, okay? Don't look at her goddamn open ideals and goddamn admissions to being a eugenicist, okay? Most goddamn niggas don't even know the word eugenics. So when I sit there and tell them that Hillary Clinton is a eugenicist, it flies right over their fucking head. I might as well have set it to a wall because it didn't even register in their head. They don't need eugenicist. I don't even know what the fuck a eugenicist is. What else you got to say? You know what I mean? Next question. What else you saying? You feel me? It don't fucking register. And then you hear niggas say the most ignorant shit out their mouths, okay? So what you want us to do? Vote for Trump? No, motherfucker. I want you to vote for the goddamn candidate who's gonna fucking back you, okay, and do the most, and that's gonna do the most for you when you propose and push your goddamn interests to that particular candidate. Now, it's been done on several different occasions with Bernie Sanders, and he's shown the open goddamn, he's shown at least the ability and the willingness to fucking listen to black people, all right? To fucking have dialogue with black people, not only to listen to what they got to say, but to offer some goddamn suggestions that black people might not even come up with their goddamn selves. He's willing to form an alliance with you and go to bat with you when you need him, okay? And I don't give a fuck that he's a Jew, this, that, and other. I don't give a fuck if he's a Democrat or Republican. You need motherfuckers that's going to be willing to side on you and back your goddamn interests, concerns, and agenda. Period. That's all the fuck it's about. You can keep that part right there, simple as fucking you can get it. Okay? Fucking simple. Okay? Are you with us or against us? Goddamn it. You understand? No fence straddling, okay? Hillary Clinton is a lying, diabolical bitch. Listen, if you were to compare track records, okay, of Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, this motherfucker, man, it's like trying to compare fucking let's say what? It's like trying to compare a naughty child against Satan. Okay? Donald Trump can't touch the shit that Hillary Clinton has done. Okay? Can't touch it. But see, if the motherfucking media ain't told niggas the shit, If they ain't seen it on NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, or Fox, okay, they don't know nothing about the shit. And if they hear it from a nigga like me, okay, they're gonna question the shit, and most likely they ain't gonna pay the shit no mind. All right, we're gonna go with the shit that we do know about her. Okay, and you see this type of same ignorance when you see these 100 black preachers who hooked up with Trump in this little private meeting. Okay, then when questioned and asked on what type of policy was discussed at the meeting, you find out none. None was discussed in the meeting, okay? They just was pretty much there to find out what this motherfucker, if we give you these goddamn votes and we push our goddamn members in our churches and shit like that and get other goddamn preachers in the country to back you, what's in it for us? That's all the fuck was discussed at these goddamn meetings because they know that Trump has money and he's willing to buy support. They know that. And that's all the reason they moved on the shit. Okay? It's the only reason they moved in on the shit. And these motherfuckers are willing to sell you the fuck out because they know you ignorant and stupid and they know that you will do whatever the fuck you're told. Okay? Because you're lazy minded. You won't sit there and goddamn go to the library and find books on the Clintons and shit. And some of the goddamn illegal shit that they've been in the past, okay? And actually bring home 10 books, okay? And read those motherfuckers. Literally read the motherfuckers. You ain't gonna do that, okay? Because you wanna tell yourself and lie to yourself and present yourself as an informed voter to other motherfuckers who is just as dumb as you are. So you can pass that little con and that little image off on a motherfucker who is just as dumb as you are just because you read, you know what I mean, a few pages of a book, or you may have had privy to a little more information than the next motherfucker who has no information beyond goddamn news media. Okay? So they don't get into the scandal and all that shit. Why? Because Hillary Clinton is an association of helpers. She's a goddamn insider. She's counsel on foreign relations, Trilateral Commission. You understand what I'm saying? She's a member of the Aspen Institute, the Rockefeller Foundation. Okay? She's a goddamn flunky and slave of the J.P. Morgans. Okay? The goddamn Rothschilds, all these Jewish bankers and shit. Kuhn Loeb and Company. Okay, Goldman Sachs. Okay, the Seligmans. She's been paid by these motherfuckers for the last goddamn 30 years or more. Okay, and when she left the White House, when Bill Clinton was president, she left the White House broke. Okay, the bitch was broke. Flat broke. This is a bitch that before, when she went in there, she had about $7 million. Okay, and she leave the motherfucker broke. Okay, based on fucking bad investments, this and that. But now, guess what? The bitch is now back up worth about 12 million. You dig what I'm saying? And how she's back up worth the 12 million? From selling her goddamn influence, okay, to the highest fucking bidder, and mainly doing anything the Jews want her to do, because one thing for sure, two things for certain, they got money and they willing to pay. They willing to pay. They love buying politicians, okay? So, as long as you have lobbyists, now, black people will have to get what's called lobbyists. These are motherfuckers who know their way around DC. DC insiders. And I don't mean DC, the fucking city. I'm talking about know their way around Capitol Hill. Know their way around the House. Know their way around the Senate. Okay, who got goddamn phone numbers, who know where these motherfuckers meet for after hour, what bars these senators and congressmen hang out, you know what I mean, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening on a goddamn Tuesday night in Washington, D.C., you know, in Georgetown and all that kind of shit. What drinking holes they hang in, this, that, and the other, where they can, you know, take the tie off, roll their sleeves up, and just, you know, throw back a couple of goddamn cognacs and shit and talk some shit off the fucking record, okay? You need motherfuckers like that, and they ain't got to be fucking black. They can be white boys pushing a black agenda. As long as you pay them enough, you got some white boys who will get the goddamn job done, okay? Now, you know me, all right? I'm a black, white motherfucker. Ain't no gray area with me, okay? But I also recognize this, how to get shit done. Period. How to fucking get shit done. I know how to get shit done. I know how to take us from goddamn A to Z. And I'm going to fucking get us there. All right? By hook or crook. Okay? I can get it done either way. Okay? We'll do it the so quote unquote right way. Okay, but I know how to get goddamn gangster with the shit and go take some motherfucking shit. And I know how to push a motherfucker up in the corner and tell him, look here, motherfucker, this is the way it's going to be. Straight up. All right, this is the way it's going to be. And the first time you buck, motherfucker, we going to kill something. You dig what I'm saying? I know how to do all that shit. You feel me? So that's why I say you need motherfuckers that know how to get it done. It ain't about no goddamn color line when you pushing the agenda, when you're trying to lobby for politicians, this, that, and other, because that's a raunchy racket business. You understand what I'm saying? You think Hollywood is raunchy and a cesspool of decadence and barbarism and goddamn thuggery. You ain't seen shit. You ain't seen shit like fucking DC. Capitol Hill, politicians and shit. That's a fucking cutthroat, dog-eat-dog goddamn world right there. And you need some goddamn hardcore, put a knife to a motherfucker throat type motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that literally. No, fuck that. I mean it literally and figuratively. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so I'm going to keep this one short right there. I'm going to wrap that one up right there. I hope you got some understanding on how to vote, okay? And try to put together organizations and groups within your goddamn town and city so you can at least begin in a grassroots movement type of way to educate people and put together individuals and begin it to grow. Just like you grow, you create a community on these websites, you could create goddamn grassroots movement groups that are nonpartisan. We simply seek goddamn, we put an ad out for motherfucking politicians who want to get paid, okay? Because all they fucking do, y'all, is want to get paid. They want to get paid. You see a goddamn need, meet the motherfucking need, okay? His goddamn belly hungry, feed the motherfucker, all right? Choke him with cash and choke the shit out of him with cash. Feed him cash till he can't take no more. And as long as you got numbers and shit, you ain't got to put up much. Imagine if you had 10,000 members in your town of a black voting alliance in which you pick motherfuckers not based on partisanship, whether they are Democrat or Republican, but simply based on are they willing to support your goddamn special interest agenda, and are they willing to vote certain ways you need them to vote when certain legislation and shit comes across the floor. Okay, or if you was to introduce an idea in the form of a bill or legislation, or even if you want to amend some shit that's already that's already law. Okay, it may be a law in the books that you don't fucking like. That's not in the best interest of black people. Well, you can do things like amend these laws. Have them fucking changed, okay? But you're still going to have to draw up a goddamn bill. You're going to have to write it up in the form of legislation to have the goddamn law amended, all right? So you're going to need motherfuckers who know how to do that. And there's motherfuckers, of course, that motherfuckers in the black community that know how to do the shit. All right, it's not that fucking hard. And if you can't find a motherfucker that know how to do it, then you read some books on how to do the shit and you do the shit your motherfucking self. You got to learn how to get shit done, black people, by any fucking means necessary, okay? And it will never get done if you continue to be lazy-minded, all right? You can't always click a goddamn hit the key on a cursor board or a keyboard and shit to get the goddamn answers and solutions that you need, all right? Sometimes you have to fucking go to a library, pick up a fucking book, sit the fuck down, relax yourself, and fucking read, man. Okay? You got to do this shit the old school way, okay? Because when you labor hard that way, you will appreciate the effort and the labor that you put into the shit, and you will see it through 100% wholeheartedly. This is Brother Elihu Ill. Peace.